Hi, New Life. I'm Antonio Melcher, and this is my New Life story. I'm originally from Wichita, Kansas. I grew up there and lived my whole life there until I went off to college. But when I was growing up, I had a twin brother, and so things were always competitive. We were always arguing about something. Or we grew up in a Episcopal household, but we didn't necessarily like go to church that often. Growing up, I was definitely there was two sides to the CD. I was side A was like this shy, quiet kid who let his brother, who was way more talkative, finish his sentences for him. And if you got to know me and I felt comfortable around you, there was side B, which was like, I'm gonna talk your ear off and tell jokes, laugh, probably like get on your nerves a little bit. Definitely kind of a troublemaker just because I did have an older brother. So I was, causing trouble all the time, uh, doing that little innocent smirk on my face when he'd tell on me or something. Yeah, so growing up, I really, said on the outside like I was a religious person, but um, didn't necessarily take the steps to practice that. Going through high school, even early college, I really didn't have like a true relationship with Christ. So I think that really came to kind of lead me to kind of distance myself as I gotten older, as I went into college from my faith, especially as I went through college and just struggled with anxiety and depression. I found myself kind of being why is this stuff going on? All these questions that I didn't have the answer to, and the answers I was getting from people just didn't really necessarily make sense to me. Yeah, it really wasn't until I graduated college, came to Kansas City. I had another friend. He actually goes to this church, Ashton Cole, and his wife, Elle. They just invited me to come to church one Sunday. And the more I started coming, the more I just found myself paying more attention to what was being taught and preached. And I just found myself really kind of grasping onto that and kind of opening my eyes to the whole um, idea of building a relationship with Jesus. I think when it clicked for me was yeah, when I was growing up, I wanted all these answers, but um, the truth is you just don't necessarily get them, right? And I struggled with that. I'm an accountant. I want to know the answers, right? And one time I just had this moment where I was like, how ignorant was it of me to think I deserved to know the answers that this all-knowing creator of everything only knows. Who am I to be nobody else knows these answers but God. Can you help a brother out over here? And so for me, I think it was just becoming more humble and having some humility in the fact that I might not know all the answers and I might not ever get them, but being able to have that firm belief in Jesus Christ, that's all I need. Um, and I think that just filled a hole in my life where it's I went from having this hole where I was I don't know the answers, but I think I should, to being I don't know the answers and I might get them one day, I might not, but either way, I have my belief and my faith, and that's good enough for me. So.